Hi, my name is Dr. Cary Ganz, and I'd like to present to you a brief hangout on social media and dentistry. This presentation was just recently given at the Bronx County Dental Society and lasted about 2 hours or so. This presentation certainly can go longer than that, if indeed we have to put it into greater detail. But what I'd like to do now in the hangout, just to give you an idea of why social media is so important to the dental practice. In the Bronx County meeting, we went into detail on all of the various social media outlets, but we really won't do that on this hangout. It's just too much to do in one short hangout. But I hope that this will give you some reason, some impetus to go out and search yourself and learn a little bit and educate yourself on social media. For the modern dental practice cannot succeed without the use of social media. I'm convinced of that. But before we go anywhere, let me just explain who and what I am. My name is Dr. Cary Ganz. I'm a practicing prosthodontist here in Garden City, New York, right near Roosevelt Field. I'm also the president of the Long Island Group for Headache Management. We help treat people with chronic head, neck, and TMJ pain using a non-invasive, pain-free modality that really gets its success from the successes of sports and rehab medicine. We've had great success with it, helping people in such a way that they no longer have to rely strictly upon intraoral devices, splints, etc., or long-term pain medication. Enough about headache management. I'm also one of the founding partners of Dexis Digital Radiography. I was past vice president of Planet DDS, a dental practice management software company. I've lectured nationally, internationally for many companies. I wrote a book called I Love My Dentist, and I am the husband, father of 4, and the grandfather of 6. It's important that we defeat the one monster that most businesses, including dentistry, fear the most, and that monster is stagnation. You see, even if you just treat the people you're currently treating, eventually they become totally treated. And without new patients, you go nowhere. You basically are floating. Practices thrive only if they have a steady flow of new patients and keep a large percentage of their existing ones. You see, every dentist is well trained for the most part. Staffs are well trained, offices are up to date, and the problem is that we create something called dental office blindness. What that means to me is that patients really think that your office and every office is the same, because most offices today are well staffed, they're well trained, they have nice carpeting, they may have coffee pots or tea, and they may give out cookies and cake, and they have digital x-ray. And, most offices are kept pretty much up to date. So there's really nothing unique today about that. When we started our dental spa at Garden City, we were the first office in the country, and if not the first, certainly one of the first, to do that. We had a licensed esthetician that did reflexology. We had cookies and cake, and we had coffee and tea and juice and oranges and apples. And that was unique and different. Today, it's not so unique and not so different. So there is something called dental office blindness. Once again, the sad news is your patients have no idea how good you are. They think all dentists are basically the same. They really don't care how good your margins are. They'll never see them. They just care whether you hurt them or don't. They get used to the uniqueness of your practice. Once again, the whole idea of dental office blindness, and they honestly believe that all dentists are the same. Patients basically refer to you because they like and trust you. That trust is built initially, and it may take a while for that to occur. It certainly doesn't occur in the first visit. Then once you've built that trust, you need to maintain it. And the sad truth is that you're only as good as what you did for them today. If tomorrow you do something that that makes them unhappy, either an insurance form is not sent in, or you don't answer the phone, or maybe they need help and you're not there, well, everything you did in the past is very quickly forgotten. What do you do when patients give you the slip? What makes matters even worse for the average dental practice is that theoretically you lose somewhere around 15% of your patients every year, either due to the fact that they move, they switch dentists, they may pass away, whatever. So you are losing patients all the time. So therefore, if you have lots of happy patients today, you certainly don't want them to go away unnecessarily. You want to keep them coming back tomorrow. And Building and maintaining a professional practice is all about building relationships. You've got to build those relationships. That's what people buy. They buy the relationship. But how do you go about doing that? Now, what does the average practice do to build those relationships? We're all nice people. Our staffs are nice. We have nice reception rooms, which we ask our patients about how they feel, who they are. We may even know a little bit about their families. I don't think that's very unique today. I think most practices understand that it's not just drill and fill. So if your practice is struggling to find new patients and is short of cash, which a lot of practices are today, you need to find tools that are quick, creative, easy to use, cost-effective, hopefully free, tools and tricks and services that you can start using today. Well, yeah, you're in good luck because we're going to show you some of them today. It's all about social media. Now, this is not the only tool, and I'm not saying that this is all you should be using or all you should be doing. That's kind of silly. But what I'm saying is that you need to incorporate this into your practice protocols. You need to think about social media and how you can use it in your practice each and every day because it's where your patients are. You see, dentistry, like every other business, is just like every other business. Your patients are on social media, not only your current patients, but your new patients. Future patients are out there searching and looking and interacting and communicating, and the tools they use are on the web. Companies that you work with are on social media. So that's where you should be. When you're on social media, it enables you to increase practice communication, once again, at no cost. You can attract new patients using social media. You can provide important information to people. You can be individual. You can be creative. You can be unique because it's easy to do that on a day-to-day basis than to replace your carpeting or buy a new piece of equipment. So you can change things around by adding new content. You can build relationships and then do what's called lead generation. Hopefully new patients looking at your social media presence will say, hey, this office looks like where I'd like to be. They'll know your location. They know who you are. They may be able to look up testimonials. They may look at your social media, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn, learn a little bit about you before they come. Then they'll be able to give you a phone call. And it's great for business development. If indeed you are looking to work in other areas of dentistry, it's great to build relationships there as well. So there are a bunch of different social media outlets. We're not going to talk about them at all on this presentation. But we'll know the rest of the presentation, certainly we go into great detail on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Google+. We talk a little bit about Instagram and blogs and Periscope and some of the other new tools that are out there. But the purpose of this presentation really, well, I never remember which way this goes, is more about your presence. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the dental website because that's no longer an option. You must have a dental website. And if you don't have one, you need to go get one. So if you're a dentist out there and you still don't have a website, geez, go out and get one. Make sure you own the URL, you own the domain, so that if you have somebody else build it for you, they don't own it. If they own it and they go out of business or you don't want to work with them anymore, then your website goes away. So you need to own the URL. Different types of websites. There are brochure types. There are selling sites. Your website should be both. It should represent what you are. It should have great content to have people keep on coming back. You should have a blog on it, and you should be updating that blog at least once a week. You need to, on your website, you need to gain the attention so that your website is attractive and people, when they get to it, it's easy to circumnavigate. You must create interest in everything you write, everything you present. You demonstrate that this is important to you, that you really believe in what you're doing. They create the desire on the part of the visitor to look more, to investigate more, maybe to give you a call. And then you need to close them. You need to give them a reason to call you, because the whole purpose of your website is to generate business. Yes, it should educate. Yes, it should look nice, but you really want to make sure that if you have a website out there that is generating business. Now, most important, websites today must be mobile friendly. On the screen, you can see this is one of our websites. This is the actual desktop version, and there's the mobile version. And the mobile version is critical. And Google will no longer index sites that are not mobile friendly. You must be mobile. And every page on your website must have a call to action. It must have your phone number. It could be requesting a free report or a free video. It might be more information or contact us. But there must be a call to action. That is very, very important. You see, right now there are 1 billion smartphone users, and there will be 2 billion theoretically by the end of this year. Each of these people tends to buy online, and if they don't get a good mobile experience, they will leave. They will no longer stay. Advertising on mobile is a lot cheaper than advertising on desktops, and it's a great way to reach future and current patients. People use tablets as much as today, more than they use desktop computers. So it's much more important for your website to be responsive, means it should be able to be seen on the desktop, on an iPad or a tablet, and on a mobile device. Once again, just to reiterate, you can drive more patients to your practice by being mobile. So please make sure you have a website and make sure it's mobile oriented and it's responsive, fits on all size screens. It's not a big deal to do that anymore, but if you don't go ahead and do it, then you will end up losing potential patients. This is where your patients are. They are mobile. Now, the rest of the presentation really goes into Facebook, and we go into YouTube, and we go into LinkedIn. We talk a little bit about some of the other modalities out there. But the purpose of this brief hangout really was more to go ahead and talk about why you need to be part of this experience. Now, why do you need a fan page? Why do you need to be on LinkedIn and have a profile? How do you set it up? What do you need in that? Why do you need to have videos on YouTube? And how do you go ahead and set them up properly so they're indexed and show up on Google on page 1? All of this is available to you today, basically at no cost. See, all of these modalities are free. So you can go ahead and spend as much or as little time on them as you want, knowing that they will help you build your practice, and that you can go ahead and do this without any cost to you at all. So if you're interested in seeing the rest of this presentation, if you're interested in having this presentation given to your local study club, whether you'd like a webinar for your group, if you'd like to discuss it with me further, you can always reach me and I'll give you the information. You can see there's a lot more in this, but you can reach me at 516-741-1230, and there's the fax number. There's some of my other information on Facebook and LinkedIn. So give me a call. If you have a local study club, this would be great. This is a nice presentation. It's a little different what they're used to. So they leave with information you can start using today. We provide free Hangouts and a free copy of the video, so they have all the information ready for them. So please give me a call at 516-741-1230. If you'd like a more in-depth look at what social media can do for your dental practice, give me a call. Have a great and successful day.